Jason Jennings joins us with a look at what's coming up tonight on Sunday Sports Extra. Hey, Jason.
Hey, and I can see it. That's the end of this painful Bucs season. The finish line is just a week away. The Bucs are now 2-13 after this loss to the Packers. But coming up, the best news that came from today's loss, but it was an ugly one, especially on offense. Just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, well, we'll break down the many ways they reached a new low today. And later, we'll take a look at who's to blame for it. One name that pops up is a coach who's not even on the staff anymore. All that and an exploding stadium. That's all ahead on Sunday Sports Extra.
Pressure, and he gets it's intercepted, picked off at the 30-yard line.
Worst offense ever. Maybe not that bad, but today's performance against the Packers was by far the Bucs' worst on offense this season, and this year that's saying something. So if the Bucs lose next week against the Saints, Tampa Bay will have the #1 pick in next year's draft. The Titans can't catch them in the strength of schedule tiebreaker now. That's the good news. Anything that can make us forget what we saw today at Ray J, which included plenty of green jerseys. A lot of cheeseheads in the stands, maybe more than Bucs fans. Hey, the Bucs defense is the only reason this game didn't get really embarrassing. Michael Johnson off the milk carton he's been on all season, the sack and the forced fumble. Aaron Rodgers a little shaken up. Of course, the Bucs can't turn that turnover into any points. Sacked, that's a theme you'll see today. Rodgers dealing with a calf strain that he aggravated on the sack on that previous possession. So the Packers have to run the ball a little bit. Eddie Lacy runs right through the Danny Lansana missed tackle. 44 yards at 7-0 Packers after one. Meanwhile, the Bucs offense, all their first 5 drives go 3 and out. 15 plays, no first downs, and get this, 0 total yards. So you can see why got an angry Santa Claus there and his confused buddy. Just before half, Bucs going with the chuck it deep and hope for pass interference strategy. Vincent Jackson, go up and get it. That's pretty much the only highlight on offense. It sets up Patrick Murray's field goal at the halftime whistle. Fire those cannons. It's 10-3. Big play here. Packers have it on the Bucs' 1-yard line facing 4th and goal. Bucs D coming up big yet again. Leonard Johnson, pass breakup, keeps it a 1-score game. But do you really expect the Bucs to drive 99 yards for a touchdown and tie it up? Of course they don't. McCown gets sacked 7 times today. Bucs lose 20-3. Packers clinch a playoff spot. The Bucs finish the game with just 6 first downs and 109 total yards. It's almost as if the Bucs could have used an offensive coordinator this season. But Jeff Tedford, the man who had that job, just left the Bucs for the CFL this week. After the break, both quarterback Josh McCown and Roy Cummings of the Tampa Tribune have strong takes about how much Tedford's absence has hurt the Bucs this year.
McCown will be sacked for the 7th time today.
As the Bucs offense crawls its way to the finish line, looking worse and worse with every step, there was another harsh reminder this week the team's been without an offensive coordinator all season. When Friday, former Bucs OC Jeff Tedford was introduced as the new head coach for the BC Lions of the CFL. This just 2 weeks after he and the Bucs parted ways. Tedford, who had a heart procedure back in August, said he's been healthy to coach for months now. Well, Josh McCown admitted today the team sure could have used Tedford's leadership then.
There's no excuses, but there's a reason why 31 teams have an offensive coordinator, you know? And if you say there's no excuses and it doesn't matter, then people would just start going, hey, let's wing it and don't go with the coordinator. You know what I mean? So it does matter. It does make a difference. It does matter.
So who's to blame for this offense? Tedford, McCown, the O-line, Marcus Arroyo, all of the above? Well, Bucs beat writer Roy Cummings of the Tampa Tribune joins Dan Lucas to give his hot take on the issue, as well as what the Bucs might do with that high draft pick. Finally, I'd finish every show by showing controlled stadium implosions if I could. This is Kyle Field at Texas A&M. The west end of the stadium coming down as part of a $450 million renovation. It's going to include a shiny new giant video board in its place. I can watch that stuff all day. All right, that's going to wrap it up for us here on Sunday Sports Extra. Join Dan Lucas tomorrow at 6 p.m. where he'll interview Lovie Smith for Bucks Bonus Monday one-on-one. In the meantime, have a Merry Christmas week.